All right, guys. So I was just watching Rage Gaming's video here on Is Elden Ring PvP Broken? And right, there's a lot of examples on crazy powerful shit. Like there was some actual broken stuff that was fixed, right? But there's still a lot of super powerful, kind of crazy stuff, right? Like the rivers of blood can absolutely massacre you, but like you can counter that with a parry, right? Even just a parry, especially if you put one of the magical parries on, and absolutely shut down a rivers of blood, for example. So it led me to an idea because I think their discussion was really good. I like their discussion and the idea that the PvP in the game is really fun. There's an idea of what rivers and blood can do to people that don't know how to counter it. It can just absolutely melt you. This guy here, he rolled in circles around. The combo will just follow you. The range isn't that long. If he had done 2 dodge rolls back, he would have been out of range. Or even just 1 and then start sprinting, but probably 2 and then start sprinting out of the range and then punish it after that. Or again, get a good parry. One of the magical ones, right? Some of those are kind of busted right now. But this discussion that more kind of overpowered crazy shit, it's making the PvP really fun and interesting. It's one of the reasons I'm more excited about Elden Ring PvP than Lost Ark PvP. Because I'm not after trying to win some kind of like competitive thing, right? I'm after fun. And it's really fun and interesting when you run into some dude who's put together some wild build, right? Like Josh Judd, I believe is the name, something like that. I'm kind of newer to watching all of these creators. And he put together a build that was fully naked using only 2 beast skills, right? Just the one where you toss out the rocks and then the other one with the beast claws on the ground. That was his entire build. And he won like all but 2 duels in like a 43-minute long video. It was pretty impressive and crazy and interesting and fun. And he ran into some of these other things. When I was leaving my comment on their video, I had this thought and idea that instead of like, because I mentioned the one that frustrates me the most, which is the shield with the madness on it and the Vike's War Spear. It feels just kind of impenetrable. You can even enchant it with fire so that like your damage for physical is 95% and the fire is like 100 or something crazy like that, so you can't even really do magic damage to them except with, you know, specific sources. And it's reduced so much, it just feels like super broken and impenetrable. But while I was saying that, I had this idea that like, wouldn't it be more fun and better if instead of us all crying for nerfs on shit, the community as a whole, whoever you're talking to, whatever broken thing they're complaining about, right? Unless it's like absolutely completely broken, right? Like the instant death thing obviously was. There's not a lot you can do about something that just kills you instantly if you get in range automatically, except run away forever. But wouldn't it be more fun and better and lead to a longer like experience of more fun and getting to have things be wild and crazy but good still if instead you always told people how do you counter it, right? So instead of like everyone complaining and crying for the rivers of blood nerf or whatever, because I personally don't think it's actually as bad as like a lot of them. Like I think Moonveil is way more powerful than rivers of blood. I have both. I've used both. The speed of the other one and the range really is much superior to this, to anyone that knows how to counter this. You watch anyone who knows what they're doing kill rivers of blood people like over and over and over. But teach people how to counter it, right? So if I'm complaining that the stone shield and Vike's War Spear is completely broken, which I have seen also Josh Judd's video, I believe again that's the name, on the mechanics of the video of it, like how it works might be broken. Like it was the only thing that still stunned you and applied the status if you were in a roll when it got applied, whereas everything else, like if you hit max blood loss during the roll, that your roll would iframe it and you wouldn't actually take the blood loss, but the madness one hits you with the damage and stops your movement and stuns you still. So that might need to be fixed. But the build as a whole, just teach me how to counter it, right? Instead of me complaining about it and asking for it to be fixed and nerfed or whatever somehow, how about someone find a counter to it and teach everyone how to counter it? So then, right, like I feel like this would make for a better experience long term. But I'm also newer into all the Souls stuff, so you guys probably don't really care that much what I think. But I just wanted to put it out there. I thought it was a good idea. And their video here, they specifically, you know, ask people to you know, do more conversation around this and get the conversation going. And I'm on their side of thinking that this is more fun. It's one of the reasons, again, I look forward to this PvP more than Lost Ark PvP, because there's really zero build diversity in Lost Ark PvP. You have classes that you could choose, but every class pretty much has their PvP skill setup. And even within that, you could maybe change like a couple little things here and there, but it's not like here where you can just make the most ridiculous thing that you want to make, right? You could just be a dragon spellcaster only, or like I said, the dude who made a naked build doing nothing but, you know, rock throw and beast sling, basically. Pretty cool. Anyway, that's my opinion on it. You guys let me know what you think. If you want to check out their video, the entire discussion that they had on it and their points of view, I'll definitely link that in the video description. And thank you very much to the YouTube members and Patreon people who support me being able to do this. Really appreciate you guys. Catch you in the next video.